In today's video, I'm going to be going over about 3 or 4 climbs that I found outdoors that I thought were a little bit interesting, and I'm just going to climb them basically while explaining how to climb climbs. Yeah. Now, first off, you got to find the things upon which you want to climb. As you can see, I am walking up and down these pillars, and I have already elected to climb this face right here. Now, why is that? Because when looking for new climbs to climb, there's a couple things you want to look for. First and foremost, you kind of want a pretty obvious starting point. Now, for me, I elected this jug right here to be the obvious starting point. Second, you want to make sure there's enough features on the wall to make it actually challenging for your level of climb. For example, I have this 2-finger pinch ordeal right here, and over here I have this right undercling followed by another right undercling, and everything else is kind of like this slopey crimp texture, which is really kind of hard to hold, a little bit friction based. And what that basically does for me is it lets me know that this is something worth climbing because it's challenging enough, and I still got to figure it out because it's still not 100% clear to me upon how I go directly upwards. But did I mention, in the worst case scenario, if I happen to get halfway up and I can't find a way to get any higher, I could immediately drop down and be okay, because the most important thing about climbing onto stuff is that you make sure that you can still climb off of it in a safe manner. In addition, for looking for where your hands might go, you might also want to consider where your hands cannot go. Same thing, your feet. And these are called eliminates. Now for me, I elected that this arete, everything past this 90-degree mark is off, which means that if I am climbing this and I accidentally hold it like this, then the send, if I make it to the top, will not count. For I can only use this face and beyond, not the corner and over here. And now perhaps you're wondering why I'm imposing all these restrictions upon myself, and the answer is the rules of a game and the ability to act and thrive within the box of constraints. That makes whatever you're doing actually worth doing, because I can 100% just do a quick wall run up this and have it be done and over with in 3 seconds, but that's not climbing. That's wall running, and I am here to climb. And for this problem, I will say that the top is to get 2 hands up there, mantle on top, but without touching the piece of wood, and that will be my finish. And without any further ado, I'm gonna start trying it. Now, after figuring out the beta, I am now gonna do it. I elect it's gonna be a sit start with the left foot right here, hands here, and we're gonna start by rocking our body all the way to the left, transferring our weight to the left. Right hand up to this crimp, take the left hand, switch it, right hand, bump, left hand, recycle, right leg, bump up to a better foothold. From here, left hand, Gaston, pull yourself up, right hand to this awful, really crystal crimp, left foot back to the start. Left hand reach here. From here, we're gonna take our right leg and we're just gonna bump it up. That's good. Right hand onto this juggy hold, finish for the top. From here, don't mess up the mantle while avoiding the piece of log in front of our face without touching it. No touch, no touch, no touch. Establish, nice and safe. I have established. I am done with the climb. Time to come back down in safe and controlled manner. And reverse it from a mantle. Make sure the feet is on. Control the weight. Control. Whoop. Feel safe. Spot the landing. Land. Feel good about yourself. Yay. Perhaps you would like to see the handholds I was using. This is the jug. This is the first crimp I went to. Pretty bad. This is the next crimp I went to. Pretty bad. From here, the hold is all the way up there. I'm too short. But this is one of the holds that I also went to that has like a little crystal on it. Really sharp. Not that great. Overall, the difficulty of the climb is like a V2, I guess you could call it. Not that hard, really. So as I was preparing to leave this wall, I all of a sudden realized this wall existed. Now, what makes this wall cool? In my humble true opinion, the thing that makes this surface really cool is it has 1 side pole, 2 side poles, and 3 side poles. It has 3 side poles all facing the same direction. Lay back this. Now for this climb, the limitations are this. Both the aretes are off because that's just way too easy. 2 hands start here because starting here is a tad bit too easy. And I'm just gonna finish with both hands on top because I don't want to mantle that. I think it's rather important that when you're doing these made up climbs outside, that A, you make it so that it's difficult enough that it poses a challenge, but B, that you don't try to go and make it so risky that it's impossible to do, or if you fall, you might hurt yourself. Okay, I figured out the beta. Now time to do the climb. Now initially, I want you to take note of my right foot. how I'm gonna place it down, but then I'm gonna twist my ankle away this way so that it pushes me this way so that I don't barn door this way. That in itself, and I'm gonna flag my left foot really hard. And what this right here does for me, bam, it keeps me on the wall. Right hand Gaston, left hand up. From here, left foot up to this little horn, rock over. Right hand onto like this one finger ordeal. Left hand here, bump, and I am done, safe. That climb in itself, in my opinion, is like a V1. However, if you could only climb V1s, you're not gonna be able to do this. Kind of funny how that works, you know? On to the next one. Now, I have elected that 2 hands right here is gonna be my stop position, and 2 hands start there, it's gonna be my start. I'm just gonna go whoop. Now, I should be able to do this climb no problem, simply because I am on jugs the entire time. So the initial start of this problem is pretty easy. You start off with this really easy mantle. From here, you're gonna grab this piece of metal. Now from here comes the first piece of technical cue that must happen. Normally, you would think to bring your left foot over here and then press yourself up like this and then move on with life, which isn't a bad idea. However, a more efficient method is to take your right leg, cam it right here immediately, and that would just allow you to extremely swiftly move over like that. I hope you see that even with the easy climbs, there's always the more optimal way of doing things, and that's the way you should do it. Now, after the slight traverse, we have what's called the crux. The crux is the hardest part of any climb or particular situation. From here, I'm just gonna go down using my heels to keep it on the wall at all times. With straight arms to preserve energy, I'm gonna grab it like this. Now, by taking my right hand and switching it in this orientation, what that does is it allows me to push myself over here. So instead of having it say right here where my arm is blocked, I can't reach, I'll take my right hand, pop it like this, using my left foot against this piece of metal. I'm just gonna swing my body over. Good. Now obviously I'm not gonna cut feet, that'd be a bit ridiculous, but what I want to do is walk my feet over, and then from here I'm gonna shimmy my way down over here. Using this nice piece of ledging for my left heel, my right on top, I'm just gonna keep walking like this over and over. Here we go. With the easy mantle start over here, walk over, right leg over, grab the good boat hose. The boat hose are good here. Grab the ledge, transfer body weight down with the heel in the metal area. Right hand, correct orientation, add a little bit of swing, catch, don't cut feet, walk the feet over, fall into the catch, switch hands, heel, heel, keep walking it, keep walking it, keep walking it. Right here is the finish. I am done. And now that one right there, that could be like a V2 climb. If you climb V2, you should be able to do that simply because it's all on jugs, but the fact that it's so overhung makes it just a little bit difficult. Now this next climb we have is a pretty simple case of using a very good side pole, a decent foot to latch to the toppermost lip and then climb over the railing. This entire rail is the start. All the way at the bottom, there's a little nice ledge area where you can sink your feet into, and that's where my starting feet will be. Start high hand, left foot into the ridge, right feet up, right hand. Nice. So what I ended up doing for the left hand crimp, instead of just crimping like this, I actually added a thumb press on top. And this compression really helped lock my finger in and prevent it from sliding outwards. Due to the sheer high footsie nature of this problem, I will have to dub it at least a V3. But not much harder than that, honestly. Low V3. Well, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, partner.